Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Think Pretty podcast.
Today we're going to be reviewing the Descendants, The Rise of Red original soundtrack.
Let's jump in.
Okay, guys, so we just listened to the first track called Red. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's a pretty good song. It was pretty upbeat, pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think it was really well put together. I think it was great.
Okay, so I did like the first part of the song, and the chorus was really good too. But towards the end, it just started to get a little crazy, and that's when I lost interest.
Oh, okay. Moving on to track number 2. All right, so we just listened to the second track, So This Is Love, and I think it might be my favorite song off of the soundtrack. What about you?
I agree with his statement. I do think it'll be my favorite track, although it is already a Disney song. I think it's really good in this version, and overall, I really enjoyed it.
I would also like to add the comment that Brandy is obviously one of the best singers of all time that we know, and she just did her remix with The Boy Is Mine for Ariana, and I think her version of the song is just so beautiful, and it was perfect for this soundtrack. So let's move on to track number 3.
Okay, so we just listened to Love Ain't It, and honestly, it's my least favorite track so far.
Oh my god.
But, it's not the worst thing. I just was not a fan of most of it, but there's a lot of the characters switching in and out of the song, which I thought that was cool, and some rapping, which was also kind of cool.
I personally thought that the intro was a little bit off until the trap beat came in, and I was a little bit taken by surprise by that. But overall, it wasn't my favorite song, but I wouldn't say it. I'll leave room for it not being the worst. But
I'm not.
oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways,
I'm
let's
just
move on
kidding.
to what? It's fine. That just
I'm just kidding.
okay. Let's move on to track number 4.
What's my name?
All right, so we just listened to What's My Name, red version, and I honestly like it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, it brings me back to the old What's My Name. Anyways, some of the lyrical changes were not my favorite, but I like the vocal changes and some of the melody changes and all that. But I think it's pretty good.
Okay, so for me, I'm not really sure how I feel about it this time around. I did really love it in the first or whatever movie it was in before. But in this, I don't know. It's just like they messed it up really bad. It's still good because it's giving me throwbacks from the whatever movie it was in before. But I do like it, so it's okay.
On to track number 5.
Okay, for this one was called Fight of Our Lives. Just to start, this one reminds me of Queen of Mean mixed with Night Falls from Descendants 3. If those had a baby, this would be the song. It was very Descendants coded, and I didn't like the beginning of it, but it just kept going up from there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think the beginning was a little bit yikes, and it still might be lower on my list. But
Same.
I do think towards the end it kind of made up for itself, and it is very much very Descendants. I was getting Queen of Mean rap melody vibes from some of the rap melodies, and it's overall not a horrible song, but I definitely feel like it might be lower on my list.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to track 6. Okay, so there's a lot to say about Life is Sweeter. First of all, I just want to say the chorus is amazing. It's a pop banger. There's certain sections where I'm like, whoa, that doesn't really match, but that's okay. And the chorus is very much, the message is very much like Sweetener by Ariana Grande. We all know, and they have a lyric in there that says mix it up,
Just mix
which
it
is,
up. You'll
it's
keep
just
finding
so,
that life is sweeter.
it's just so Ariana, but I really love the vibe. And I think it's a really great pop banger, honestly.
Okay, for me,
Oh, I forgot to mention. I also just want to mention one more thing. I think this one is my new favorite. I think it'll probably be number 1.
I can't say that because I did love the This Is Love song, but this is going to be in my top few. It does kind of remind me from Descendants 3 again, the VK mashup, because of parts of it in there, but most of it is very pop like he said. And honestly, I would add it to a playlist and skip through all the bad parts.
Oh my-
Which would be like, I don't know, there's just certain parts in there that are like too much and do not blend in with the rest. But I did really enjoy the song, and I think it is a great song to add to even a playlist.
Yeah, and obviously, when we're saying that it sounds like, oh, Descendants 3 or Descendants 2, whatever, obviously it's Descendants 4, right? This is the fourth
Well,
one.
this is like a different variant.
I know it's different, obviously, but it's technically the fourth Descendants movie. And so we're obviously just pointing out similarities of past soundtracks, which we've watched all of the Descendants movies up until now. We haven't watched this one yet, but we're gonna watch it after. We're listening to the soundtrack first, which music is obviously just amazing. But yeah, let's just move on to track number 7.
Okay, so this track is track number 7, Perfect Revenge. I loved the choruses of this song. They hit. They're very good. Mm-hmm. They were really good, and the beat of the whole song was really good. But some of the other parts, again, they just didn't really tie in, and it feels like they were just throwing random stuff together to try to make a song. But I still did like this song a decent amount. I'd say it's in the middle right now for me.
I agree with most of what she said, and I agree that it's a little bit weird in certain parts. They're not, it doesn't really make sense. But we also have to remember this is a soundtrack for a movie. So in the movie, it probably makes more sense. Because also in movies, there's parts where they're going to split up the song and it'll have like acting parts and then bring the song back in. So that's probably where it sounds a little like, what is happening? But yeah, honestly, I love the bass. I love the bass going up and down in the background. And the beat was just great in general. And the chorus was great. But without further ado, oh, you have something to say.
Yes. When he was saying how, like, it isn't, like, there is going to be acting parts in between, that does, like, I just wanted to add on to that. Because, like, if it was an actual album, I would think it was, like, targeted towards kids or maybe a Kids Bop, like, type deal.
It's a
But-
Disney movie.
Yes, but that does make sense now that you brought that up. So it's not bad for Disney. And on to track 8.
All right, so I really liked Shuffle of Love. I think it might be number 2 on my list. We're gonna create a list at the end, but it did remind me of "They Don't Know" by Ariana Grande from the Trolls soundtrack.
You gotta quit quoting all this Ariana Grande.
I
buddy.
know, but I'm just saying that's the music I listen to, and when I recognize the similarities, I'm like, you know what? That's
Well, for me, the very beginning of this song actually reminded me of "Getaway Car" by Taylor Swift, but just the very beginning.
oh.
I actually liked it, and I would say it's number 3 on my list right now. But again, we will be making a actual list at the end.
Yep. So this song, I think the choruses were great, and there was not really any weird verses that we don't like. So now to track number 9.
Get your hands dirty. Okay. For starters, the song is called Get Your Hands Dirty. And literally, just from the very beginning, you can tell
Oop.
they based it completely off of the song Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus.
The very first guitar strum, I said, that sounds similar. I wonder what that is. In the chorus, when they said, what'd they say? Put your
Get your hands dirty.
Gotta get your hands. I was like, that sounds so similar to Party in the USA. And I was like, and every time it came back around, the guitar in that chorus, this is Party in the USA. Now I understand new music is not even new music anymore because you're always borrowing from old melodies and old ideas and all that. But this one was just a little too close. I was like, I don't know. But yeah, that's our thoughts on it. It was an okay song, but it was too influenced for me.
And to add on that, I didn't think it was a horrible song. Again, I liked how there wasn't a bunch of extra, like, and the sword was ours and the, whatever.
Whoa, a rapping.
All that, well, not, some of the rapping isn't bad. It's just all the extra. But I did think the song was not terrible, just a little too similar to other things we've heard. Now, on to track 10.
I think we have a new favorite song.
yeah.
We have a new favorite. This is number 1.
Worldwide favorite here.
Life is Sweeter, the reprise. Why are reprises always so much better than the
Well, we're
regular
about
song?
to hear, like, a remix version of it, too.
Oh yeah, that's true. The remix is next. But anyways, Life is Sweeter, the reprise is just chef's kiss.
Like, I know I
Perfect.
can't say anything bad on here, but, like, it made me feel some type of way.
Oh my gosh.
It
You
was
actually want us
so
to post
good.
that?
No, it was so good. Like, I need to put that on my playlist. That was so good. Like, I wish we could play it.
The runs, everything. It was so perfect. If you haven't, you need to listen to this soundtrack, and especially this song. This song you
You
need to
could
listen
probably find
to.
it anywhere.
It's
Or
on
just
you. It's
watch
probably
the
on
movie.
YouTube. It's on Spotify, Apple Music,
I
everything.
hope this part's in the movie because I cannot wait to hear
Oh,
it.
definitely. I think the original soundtrack is always in the movie, but like when there's a deluxe edition, those aren't usually.
Now, on to track number 11.
Now on to track 11.
Okay, to start off, the song is called Life is Sweeter. This one screamed remix. This one screamed Ariana Grande to me.
Whoa.
Just you'll have to listen to it
All
for
right, guys.
yourself. Pause. It reminded me of the song Set It Off from the first Descendants movie, but it was really good. And I mean, because it's a remix and it was only 58 seconds long, not sure how high it's gonna go, but I still did enjoy it.
All right, so first of all, whenever she references Ariana, I want to give y'all some like more detailed. The piano in the beginning with the house vibe is very much yes and also the vocal chop, it's very quiet and it's only like one little time. I think it's not like consistent, but the vocal chop sounds very much like yes and. But the piano But the piano is very much like from Set It Off from the original Descendants movie. Again, this is one of the best ones. I think all the Life is Sweeter songs are top 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yep.
It's only 3, but whatever.
Well, yeah, you'll figure that out whenever we get our ranking coming back, and we can both have different rankings. But now it's time for track number 12. This song is called Bad Reputation, and it is sampled from the song Bad Reputation by Joan Jett. You can tell from the beginning of the song, but obviously some of the other lyrics in here aren't going to be the same. But I'm not really liking the remake songs. Other than the first one that we listened to, This Is Love, that one was really good. But I was not a big fan of this one, but it was okay.
Yeah, so we're not too sure if this is obviously like an official cover of the song or if it's just sampled. I think it just sounds like it's sampled to me. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite. It'll probably go lower on my list. It's not amazing in my opinion, but
I
yeah.
agree.
All right, on to the last track, 13. All right, so we didn't really realize this was going to be an instrumental, so we're not going to really count this on our final scoring. So it was pretty, though.
I did enjoy it, although, like, I mean, honestly, there wasn't even really anything wrong with it other than the fact that it was an instrumental, but it was very beautiful, very Disney-like, and I didn't like it.
Again, it's a movie, so we have to remember it's
Yeah.
a soundtrack, it's a scoring of the movie. So now to our final
Thoughts
rating.
and scoring.
So number 1, we have Life is Sweeter.
Number 2 is Life is Sweeter Reprise.
Number 3 is Life is Sweeter, the remix.
Number 4 is So This Is Love.
Number 5 is Shuffle of Love.
Number 6 is What's My Name, Red's version.
Number 7 is Red.
Number 8 is Perfect Revenge.
Number 9 is Love Ain't It.
Number 10 is Fight of Our Lives.
Number 11 is Get Your Hands Dirty.
And number 12 is Bad Reputation.
So overall, what would you rate the album?
I would say a 7 or an 8. Somewhere
Yeah.
in between, like 7.5.
Good. Yeah, I would rate it 8. I think it's a really good album. Honestly, it's really great. And we're about to watch a movie after this. So.
For Descendants and like Disney in general, I would say it's a really good album, and like some of those songs I would listen to on a regular basis, like all the Love is Sweet or whatever, Life is Sweet ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's honestly a really great album, especially for a movie, and it was well produced, and I think it's worth listening to. So that's all from us.
Yep.
Remember to think pretty.